I'm Tim Misney. Did you put your trust in a healthcare provider only to suffer a tragic, life-changing event? Do you know the real reason why? If someone is responsible and you are a victim of medical malpractice, I'll find out and I'll make them pay.
Carl Monday fixes Cleveland's $500,000 mistake. Monday on 19 Action News at 11. Now from our downtown Cleveland studios, a weekly program concerning people and issues that affect Northeast Ohio. This is WUAB 43 Forum.
Good morning and welcome to WUAB 43 Forum. I am your host, Harry Boomer. Today, we have a very special program with a very special young lady. Her name is Elena Holloway Carpenter. She's going to tell us about a very special boot camp designed to help young girls, women, and male youth build their self-esteem using art of fashion as the hook. Elena, welcome to WUAB 43 Forum. It's good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. As I always like to do, get a little something personal about my guests if they haven't been here before. So don't tell me what you do, tell me who you are.
Absolutely. My name again is Elena. I am the mother of two beautiful daughters, Lauren Ashley and Allison Nicole, and I am a hairstylist by trade, but that's basically who I am. I'm a mom who loves to work with young people.
And you've taken your love of young people and working with them to address a particular need, self-esteem and other ways to sort of build leadership. Talk to us about why you decided to do this.
Absolutely. I have been a hairstylist for 28 years. I have a mentoring program since 2001 in name. I've been mentoring for years. I decided to merge the two together, taking my mentoring program and my fashion and hair background, putting them together. I used to work for Hanford Dixon, play for the Cleveland Browns. I ran his store in Beechwood Mall and also did his cataloging for him and Ikea. And so looking at our young people today, I'm inside the Juvenile Detention Center, and I see when you continue to talk the same thing to young people, it literally goes in the one ear and out the other. And so I wanted to do something where I would grab their attention. And so I decided to take both entities of doing hair and mentoring and merging them together. And that's how we get I Am Fashion. The young people today love to see the different entertainers, sports people, singers, Beyoncé's, and the fashion piece grabbed them. They want to emulate that. So I thought, what better way to use fashion to be the draw to get the young people, but then when we get them in the boot camp of the 6 weeks, you know, being able to empower them and to lift their spirits up.
Excellent. We're going to talk about the boot camp right after we take this break.
Great.
All right. Thank you so very much for telling us about that. We're going to be right back. Stay with us more about the boot camp and about grabbing young people and sort of turning their lives around with a very positive twist. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Cleveland, who just saved you $500,000. Not a politician, not a tax expert. Instead, it's the man with a trench coat, Carl Monday. See how he just fixed a $500,000 mistake that you were paying for. Monday on 19 Action News at 11.
Lake-enhanced rain coming in off of Lake Erie like this from...
Accuracy matters in a city like ours.
You never know what you're going to get.
But that's Cleveland for you.
Meteorologist Jeff Tanchak on 19 Action News, Cleveland's most accurate.
I am the trusty co-pilot. The moving part that moves all 2,000 parts. I am the translator who interprets the road, the permission to take the scenic route, and the guide that gets you there safely. I'm not just any tire. I am a Yokohama.
Hi, I'm Pat, and today I'm here at Brown Mackie College with Laurie. Now, Laurie, I see that you have a tablet with you. How'd you get that?
Well, I got it as part of my enrollment.
Oh, I bet that's helpful.
It is. It allows me to take notes in class, and I can study wherever I'm at, and it's just everything that I need right at my fingertips.
Well, there you have it. Tablet technology. Another way Brown Mackie College is helping make education more accessible for students like Laurie. And it could for you, too. Call 1-866-335-9701 right now to get started today.
A to Z Furniture has everything from A to Z.
Don't wait for the next holiday sale. A to Z Furniture has bargain prices 365 days a year. We have the look and still have the prices to make you smile. No credit checks and free layaway. Come lose yourself in our store's diverse selection or visit us online. A to Z Furniture. Take a look around.
With offices throughout the state, I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay.
Welcome back. I'm Harry Boomer, and with me this morning is Elena Holloway Carpenter of I Am Enterprise. We're talking to her about the work that she's doing helping young people get a grip. By that I mean they learn from her and others how to think more positively, act better, and achieve more. And that's so crucial today, given the fact that oftentimes young people don't have that positive role model in their lives, in their homes, in their communities that they are aware of. They may be out there but don't have access to them, and sometimes they just sort of do whatever happens. And that can lead them down the wrong road, as my mom used to say, down the road to destruction.
Absolutely.
You know, she thought I was on that road for a long time.
Oh, no.
She's probably right. But they reeled me back in a little bit here. Your love of children, I guess it started, as you said, many, many years ago. So talk a little bit more about why you felt such a compassion and a need to reach out and put a hand on children and say, let me do what I can to steer you in another direction.
Great. My mom used to always say, and my grandparents, it takes a village. Back when I was coming up, my mother kept me around positive people, not just my grandparents, but I had people in the church, people who all came together to help get me on the right road. If I was going off the wrong road, they would bring me back. And so nowadays, you don't see the village like you used to. People are afraid to say things to people, to young people. They tend to stay back. I just won't say anything. And our kids are, I think, losing it here. They need to know that there's someone there that can listen to them, to hear them. And so that's kind of where that came in. Me being a single mother in the later years of my children's life, I needed a village. I needed someone to help me, and I had that support system. So now, in giving back, I now want to give back to the same thing that people gave to me, helping me with my children.
You know, it's really interesting when you say that people, they see, but they don't see. There's a thing nationally about Homeland Security. If you see something, say something. And oftentimes we see things and we say nothing about it. You just recently had an incident you were telling me about. Why don't you walk us through what happened there and how it sort of reaffirms that this is where you need to be and doing what you need to be doing because of the need that you saw in just this one incident, if not others, throughout your life.
Yes. On Monday, I was traveling home from the West Side Market, and I pulled up to Lorraine and Fulton, and I was going northbound and the traffic was going the opposite direction. And across the street at the bus station, I saw a gang of kids walking, and I saw a young lady get striked. She got punched. And so I'm sitting there, I know someone is going to say something because I'm on the opposite side. I drive, the light turns green, I drive 25 feet, no one, it is a full-fledged fight, it's a gang fight. It's around 25, 30 kids, they are going in. And I'm blowing my horn, screaming out the window, stop, stop, somebody help them. No one did anything. I literally threw my car in park, left the car running, ran out in the midst of the mob of the fight, trying to pull young ladies off. It was guys, it was chaotic. I was screaming, help, help, someone called the police, to no avail, no one helped. And when I looked in the cars of the adults, they were filming it on their cell phones, and it totally blew me away. In the midst of it, I got struck, I got punched in the chin and pepper sprayed. And it just, it was unbelievable. Not just the fact that the people in the car did not help. You know, the police finally did come. I didn't leave the girls, but the next day I thought, let me go to this high school because I was a witness, and just let me just be there. You know, I mentor young girls. This is what I do. And when I went to the school, I can't even explain to you, I was flabbergasted. Not one parent of no child showed up for school with their children that day. And so it just, just reaffirmed to me that this is why I'm doing what I do.
When you see that kind of violence happen, and it happens more often, let's say more and more often.
Yeah.
And people, as you say, like to videotape it, put it on YouTube, try to get it on TV, put it on the web or whatever else. And it saddens me to hear that you had to get out of your car, put yourself in danger to try and help someone, and then that the parents of this young lady and or the other people involved seemed like, oh, no biggie.
Sent them to school the next day. And I think that was more alarming to me than anything, because it sent a message to me, but not just me, to their child. Like, I don't have time. It said so many, it spoke volumes of them not showing up. And I mean, these girls went home and they were bruised. They were not like, I got in a fight and you couldn't tell. I'm talking, it was chains involved, sliced faces, blood. I mean, just, it was terrible. And for you not to think it was worth you going to school with your child, to let her know that regardless of what they're involved in, I'm here for you. You know, so when you don't have that type of affirmation at home, you're not getting from your parents, what road is it going to lead you down?
I hope the affirmation wasn't the vigilante justice, where they said, don't worry about it, we'll get the boys together and we'll go get them. Because that just leads to more violence. And I don't know that that happened, but oftentimes that is what happens. They're going to go get the person or the people who did this themselves, and it just escalates after that. You know, unfortunately, we'll probably be doing a story about somebody gotten shot over something like this because of, you know, the way this kind of thing escalates and gets out of hand. People making bad decisions. Number one, first to fight. I always say, talk it out, don't fight it out. And then secondly, not showing up to say, we need to find a way to make sure that she's safe, he's safe, that they don't do this kind of thing again.
One of the young ladies, we asked her, is your mom coming? To your mom? No. We called, the school called her, and the young lady said, my mom asked me, did I win? And that was the basic of the conversation, and I thought, wow, let me go give her a hug because she needs one.
Did I win?
Know, yeah, that was just really, that just did it for me, you know.
I laugh, but it's not funny, and it is heartbreaking actually to hear how that goes on. But then, you know, again, we see it all the time. You know, people do things intentionally and then video it and just want to show the world how stupid they can be and how lost they are. And I don't mean to say stupid, but yeah, I guess I do mean to say stupid. But there is hope. And you are some of that hope, keeping hope alive, if you will.
Thank you.
More about the program that you're involved in, why you decided to create I Am Fashion and the whole concept, because it reminds me of something that I haven't heard in about 25 years. Jesse Jackson, when he ran for president in 1988, used to say, I am somebody. And he would list a number of things that people would normally construe as being negative. I may be taller than you, but I am somebody. I may be fat, but I am somebody. I may be dark-skinned, but I am somebody. I may be light-skinned, but I am somebody. My hair may not be like yours, but I am somebody. And that affirmation sent a very strong signal, but that message hasn't resonated on a national level in a very long time. But here, on an individual level, here in Cleveland, you're saying to these young people, you can do better than this. You are better than this.
Absolutely. So the program I Am Fashion is built for a 6-week boot camp. And how I Am Fashion came about was, my company is called I Am Enterprise. And so I was trying to think of how can I incorporate the boys, because my mentoring program is called Be Beautiful, where I mentor young ladies, and my mission is raising up a generation of poised and polished young ladies, one girl at a time. So I thought, okay, we can't use Be Beautiful for the boys, but I wanted to incorporate the boys as well. So I decided I Am Fashion. And so with that, it's a 6-week boot camp starting October the 25th. The first boot camp, and every boot camp will be a different topic.
Before you get into each one of those, why don't you just take a quick break, come back, that we can run through each of the elements without interruption.
That'll be great.
Thank you so much. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, our focus is going to be about the boot camp that Elena was just talking about. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Are you worried about home foreclosure? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home and there is nowhere to turn? Then the Homeowners Relief Line could be your answer. Homeowners Relief Line can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowners Relief Line now. Homeowners Relief Line has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you right away. Remember, if you are behind on your mortgage payments, Homeowners Relief Line can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it is too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowners Relief Line now.
Call 800-439-7015. That's 800-439-7015.
When big trucks are involved in accidents, the results can be serious, and trucking companies often make it hard for victims to get fair compensation. After an accident, you need a law firm with actual big truck experience. Call Nuremberg Paris. We have an attorney who owns and operates his own semi-truck, so we understand truck accidents, and we fight for the people they injure. Because your safety matters, experience matters. Call Nuremberg Paris, 1-800-399-2300.
Carl Monday fixes Cleveland's $500,000 mistake. Monday on 19 Action News at 11.
Welcome back. Thankfully, we are here talking about a young lady and an opportunity that we've had here to try and reach out and raise the self-esteem of young people, both male and female. Because all too often we find in the stories that we have to do on television, kids are lost. You know, they've got parents who sometimes don't care, and sometimes parents do. Kids just get pulled by society, the way things are going downhill. And we need a program like yours, I Am Fashion, to say you can be anything you want to be. But, you know, as you said early on in the program, it's how you say it and when you say it and to whom you say it that may make all the difference in the world. Kids get used to hearing the same old all the time. And you have to get them in the place. You have to get in their brain for them to hear your message. Tell us more about I Am Fashion and why you decided to use fashion again as a hook to grab them and say, hey, you don't have to do this. You can be all of this.
Absolutely. I think winning young people, you have to be wise. I don't think that I was very intentional in choosing the form that I chose in fashion. It's because, again, I said earlier that our young people are visual. They love what they see. They love the glitz and the glam. They love the hair. They love the makeup. They love the star factor. And so that's why I use that fashion piece to grab them. So the 6-week boot camp, again, it'll be totally 6 weeks and start October 25th. The first one is I Am Confident. And so we'll talk to the young people about being confident, about how you can be confident in whatever situation that you're in, that there's nothing that you can't accomplish in that. And sometimes people, young people, not just young people, but adults as well, struggle with low confidence. You know, don't think they're good enough, don't think that they can compete. And so in that boot camp, we're going to teach them how to be confident. The next week is I Am Poised and Polished.
Let me go back to confidence, because I want to break each one of these down to a minute detail here. The confidence piece, I know there's a difference between being confident and being cocky, to being, and all of that. You know, when you're cocky, you're arrogant, you know, thinking that nothing can touch you, you're better than everybody else. Being confident means, you know, I can do this.
Absolutely.
You know, I have the wherewithal, the intellect, the ability to do this, and I'm going to step out onto the world stage and do what the Creator gave me the skills, abilities to do. And sometimes, oftentimes, even in adults, that has to be nurtured. I remember in my own life, very early, I wanted to be in television many years ago, and I just stayed in radio for a long time thinking, well, I could never do television.
Wow.
Well, in 2015, I will have been at these two stations 25 years. Wow. At some point, I gained the confidence that let me step out and do this. Now, that is not to beat my own chest to say how great I am. It's just to say that if you change your mind, you can change your circumstance.
That's it.
And you can achieve anything you want to achieve as long as you believe. And there's an old saying from Napoleon Hill, you know, I think you can grow rich. In the book, he says, if you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Let's go on to the next one.
Absolutely. The next one is I Am Poised and Polished. And we're going to talk to the young people about being poised and polished. When you leave the house, how do you leave the house? You know, you don't walk out with your pants sagging down. No one wants to see your underwear. But being polished, you know, putting it the best you can do, teaching them techniques on how to keep their hair together. That because your when people see you, that's their first opinion of you. And so we want to always leave them, whether it's school, whether it's work, because if you're doing it this way at school, then if you don't get the how do I want to put this? If you don't get the instruction on how to be different, you'll carry it into your adulthood life. You know, we see adults every day at different places, and you thought, wow, you came to work like this today? You know, that's because someone never told them this is how you come. So it's just my, you know, I guess my answer, my mom said, if you're not part of the solution, you're definitely part of the problem. So part of me being a part of the solution is giving them a different way.
And, you know, I see young men all the time. And I remember when this craze started, I was working with the City Youth Department down in Canton, Ohio. I came from D.C. to Canton to run a radio station. I worked part-time there. And I spent all day saying, boy, pull your pants up, pull your pants up, pull your pants up. And I saw somebody just the other day, grown man, pants down around his kneecap.
Barely
I'm like, dude, this is a grown man. Now, one of the things that I think the police kind of love that, because the guys can't run with their pants hanging down like that, you know? So they get caught very easily. They're not smart enough, at least it seems, to know that it says something very bad about them. First of all, you don't get a second chance to make a first good impression. You kind of touched on that a little bit here. But how you carry yourself. How when you talk to somebody, you look them in the eye.
Absolutely.
When you shake their hand, you give them a firm handshake. You don't put out like a limp rag. You know, there are all kinds of things that young men and women should be learning how to do that are not being taught. We had extended family, uncles and aunts and moms and dads and stuff, and grandma to teach us these kinds of things. That's just not happening as much these days, unfortunately.
No, you don't see it. You don't see it a lot. And when I look at my children, and I'm thinking, wow, you guys are really different. And so with that being, I believe that's the mandate on my life. I believe that we all have been put here for a reason. I believe that I am supposed to, the things that I gave my children, I'm now to help other people with their children.
Let's talk about one of your daughters, and you can talk about both if you'd like. The one in particular, the one who lives in D.C. Tell me her story.
Okay, well, they both live in D.C., but we're talking about Allison Nicole Carpenter. She's 18 years old. She's a junior at Howard University, and she's the youngest elected official in the history of Washington, D.C.
That's wonderful.
She is the Advisory Neighborhood Commissioner for Ward 1. We were just talking the other day about where she plans to go, because she'll be finishing her undergraduate studies at the age of 19. And so we're trying to figure out, she just received the Lord Scholarship, where she'll be studying over in Oxford, at Oxford for a year. So she's doing extremely well. And my kids, both of them, are doing very well. Lauren Ashley just graduated from Kent State University. She packed her car up and said, I'm moving to D.C. with my little sister. So she moved to D.C., started her own company called Theory. It is a marketing and PR firm. Everything that you see with I Am Enterprise, Be Beautiful, and the upcoming Teen Summit Lauren Ashley has done, they have blown me away as far as their resilience, as far as their drive. Someone asked me, were you surprised that both of your girls are doing very, very well? And this is not an arrogant statement at all. No, I'm not. They were raised to go this way. My mom, I don't think is surprised at all. My mom raised us to be a certain way. When you plant a potato, you expect to get potatoes. If you plant corn, you should expect to get corn. And so I never ever, in my raising my girls, I never let them make excuses. Regardless of what we've gone through or what we've been through as a family, there were no shortcuts. That I continue to instill in them that you will get to your destination on time, not a minute too soon and not a second late. And so that's the kind of upbringing that they did, that I'm so proud of them for where they are.
You have really good reason to be proud. You know, I was listening to an interview with Smokey Robinson on XM Radio just the other day, and he was saying that Barry Gordy had a meeting with all the creative people, the writers, the producers, and some of that. And the meeting was every Monday morning at 9 o'clock. If you were late by 2 seconds, you didn't get into that meeting.
Don't come in.
And Smokey said, you know, I didn't believe it. And I showed up like 2 minutes after 9, and Barry said, sorry, Smokey, you can't come in here. And Smokey was, in many ways, outside of Barry, the backbone in many instances of the writing core and all of that for many of the songs in Motown. He said, hey, that taught me right there. You got to be on time. If you're supposed to be someplace at 9 o'clock, You show up at 9, you're already late. You
You're
should be
late.
there at 8:50, 9:50, 9:45, something like that.
That's right.
Not right at time, not right on the money, because then you got to get acclimated and all that kind of thing. We're going to take another break and come back and talk. I like talking.
Thank you.
All right. A WUAB 43 Forum is here every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. We talk about a full range of issues. I want you to make sure that you check us out every Sunday morning, 6:30. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Pat O'Brien Chevrolet at 19 Action News wants you to drive safely. Wait to text.
Every day, 11 teenagers die from texting and driving.
Texting and driving makes you 23 times more likely to crash. Wait to text.
Just arrived 2014 F-150 XLT Crew Cab 4x4s with V8 power and equipped the way you want them, just $29,500. That's right, just $29,500. We got them. Come get them at Pat O'Brien Chevrolet.
Attention seniors 65 and older that suffer from knee pain. Stay tuned for this limited time offer to make you mobile again. Finally, there are products to relieve your knee pain that are covered by many insurance plans, even Medicare. Introducing the Vertilock Dynamic Knee Brace, an advanced medical device designed to relieve knee pain and let you return to the activities you love. The Vertilock Dynamic Knee was designed to provide relief for those who suffer from many conditions, such as osteoarthritis, medial and lateral ligament issues, mild fractures, and rheumatoid arthritis. Our family of products is brought to you by 1T1G, where we work with you, your doctor, and your supplier as one team sharing the one goal of getting you active again. So if you are 65 or older and suffer from knee pain, have your Medicare card ready and call us now. Plus, act now and you'll receive BioFreeze Pain Reliever free with your shipment.
Call 1-800-298-5028. That's 1-800-298-5028.
Welcome back. Thank you for joining us here in WUAB 43 Forum. I'm your host, Harry Boomer. With me now is Elena Holloway Carpenter. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you being here. I think what you're doing is so very important. We're talking about the number of boot camps that you have. We, I think, covered at least 2. We have just a couple of minutes here, so why don't we just go through the others? I've been running my mouth far too much, so you go for it.
That's okay. The next one is I Am Resilient. We're going to deal with them about being resilient. Everybody's life is different at home, and I want the young people to know that regardless of whatever hand you've been dealt, you can make it out successfully. The next one is I Am Integrity, which is one of my favorites. Everything that we're doing is not for the fashion show. These are tools and attributes that these young people will use for the rest of their life. The I Am Integrity, they're going to have to sign a contract from the age 5 to 18, and that means that everything you sign your name to, we're going to hold you accountable for. So we're going to teach them at a young age. I Am a Leader is the next one, that you don't have to be a follower. Bullying is so prevalent right now in our schools and in our communities, and so if the young people learn how to become leaders and not be followers, I think that we can get a better grip, because sometimes peer-to-peer is better than adult-to-peer. So I think that would be a great one. And the last one is I Am Fashion, which will culminate at the end of the I Am Fashion will be the New York meets Cleveland runway fashion show. And I Am Fashion is not so much I am fashion, it's a play of words. It's basically I am me. I may not be like you, you may not be like me, but I accept me and I also accept you. And so that's what I Am Fashion is all about.
Powerful message, and it sounds like a very powerful program and boot camp as well. Tell us when these are going to be held and where they're going to be held very briefly.
Absolutely. The boot camps start October 25th and they run all the way down to November the 29th. And then on November the 30th, we're having that fashion show at the 1300 West 78th Street Art Gallery in the Battery Park area of Cleveland.
Is there a phone number people can call?
Absolutely. 216-816-1IM.
That's 1426?
Yes, it is.
You wonder how I know that, right?
How do you know that?
Because I saw it translated earlier on a piece of paper. Because I'm not that quick, trust me.
There you go.
Give it one more time.
It's 216-816-1IM.
All right, thank you so much. Wonderful talking with you. Wish we had more time. I appreciate what you're doing. It's very sorely needed. Thank you so very much. Elena Holloway Carpenter, our guest this morning here on WUAB 43 Forum. Thank you for watching. Thanks to the crew. Tune in 6:30 Sunday morning every week. Take care. Goodbye, everybody.
Summer fun in the sun doesn't have to end after Labor Day. In Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, perfect weather, warm ocean waters, and 60 miles of stress-free coastline continue long into the fall and make it the best time of the year to visit. With plenty of elbow room on the beach and endless accommodation choices, you will find amazing values that you won't want to miss. Go to visitmyrtlebeach.com and discover why it's the best time to book your next getaway to the beach.
Why become an occupational therapy assistant? We're glad you asked. For starters, they work in a rapidly growing field, one where the national median salary is more than $55,000 a year. Oh, and they help people for a living, which is pretty rewarding too. So where should you go to become one? Brown Mackie College. We believe in one-on-one attention and support from enrollment through graduation. We won't put you on a waiting list, and we'll even pay for your certification exam. So become an occupational therapy assistant and visit us at learnaboutota.com today.
Carl Monday fixes Cleveland's $500,000 mistake. Monday on 19 Action News at 11. The program you're watching is a paid advertisement. All views expressed and representations made are the sole responsibility of the sponsor and do not necessarily reflect the views of the station.
The following is an important paid program about Humana Medicare Advantage plans.
Welcome to Your Medicare, Your Decision, the program that guides you through the Medicare options available from Humana. There are many different Medicare choices available today, but are you sure you have the right Medicare plan? Are you with the right company? Do you wonder if you could save money with a different plan? No matter what Medicare coverage you have now, this program will give you the information and facts you need so you can make a smart decision based on the plan benefits now available from Humana. Hi, my name is Sam Davis, and I'm going to tell you about exciting plans available to anyone with Medicare. Plans that give you the same freedom you have now, plus may save you money on monthly premiums and prescription drugs. These are all-in-one plans that help pay for doctor visits, hospital stays, and